We are here in near the Big Sur area, and we're climbing out of Kirk Creek. And today our goal is to make it to the top of Cone Peak, which it's been kind of an elusive peak for me. It is about 11 miles to get to the top, so almost 22 miles round trip. So hoping to make it today. I've trained pretty hard, and it is about 5,500 feet of climbing, so it's going to be a pretty brutal climb. So we're going to get started here, and we'll see where we get here. So we are looking down at Highway 1 over there, and it's a beautiful day. It's a little windy, but I've seen some whales off the coast. It's going to be pretty amazing. This is an amazing part of California. So I'm pretty excited. I get to keep my tradition on this run/hike of forgetting things. So last time when we did Pinnacles, I forgot my gloves, and this time I forgot my hat. So you get to see my unkempt hair the whole time. And it's also great because I'm going to be out here all day, and there are no clouds, perfectly clear. So I'm really excited about that. So I thought I'd kind of share with you my strategy for making it to the top today. I think I pretty much have to hike the whole way up. On any uphill I'll be hiking, and that's because it's so steep. My heart rate's kind of going through the roof just walking. It's higher than I want it to be just walking. So I'll just walk up the 5,500 feet, pretty much destroy my quads, and then when I get to the top, I'm going to hopefully run the whole way down, pretty much destroy my quads on the way down. And then in regards to the other things, I'm going to try not to fall, try not to get bit by snakes, and try not to cry on camera. So that's pretty much my plan for today. Okay, so we get our first view of Cone Peak here. That is Cone Peak right up there. That kind of, I don't know what shape you call that. It's like a tubular kind of, I don't know. But that's Cone Peak. I'm not sure what shape you call it. But so this is where the trail kind of heads off to the east. And we'll be heading into this canyon, which leads down to a place called Vicente Flats, which is pretty much a little canyon at the end of, there's a little creek runs through there, and lots of redwoods. It's really a beautiful place. I'll show it to you pretty soon, but that's where we need to go. Okay, so we are now just about 5 miles in, about halfway to the top, and we are now at a place called Vicente Flats, and some massive redwoods here. I don't know if you can see this one. There's a nice creek flowing down here, right through the middle. Lots of new redwood saplings here that will eventually become 300-foot tall trees. So feeling pretty good right now. We're going to continue on up this canyon and head up towards, I think it's Old Coast Road. So the last time I was here, I made it to Vicente Flats, and I felt pretty good, and I thought I might take a shot at Cone Peak at the time. And I ended up heading up the wrong trail to get there, and I ended up at a place called Goat Camp. And the worst part about it is there weren't even any goats there at all. Not one goat. And it was just a creek and some redwoods and some dirt. It was horrible. So anyway, when you get to Vicente Flats, if you want to take the correct way, you follow the trail that's next to the creek. That's why I'm standing in this creek, to let you know, follow the trail next to the creek, okay? If you want to go to Cone Peak. So I always like sharing with you when I'm a complete idiot, and this is one of those times. They're all one of those times, but just a tip, if you're ever out and you're crossing a creek, you need to kind of test the things you step on before you step on them. So that black log right there, not stable at all. So that results in a wet shoe that I'm going to need to run in for the next 15, 16 miles. A wet foot. So don't do that. So we're climbing out of Vicente Flats, and suddenly the trail gets really steep, and I'm talking like 20-30% grade. I mean, it's pretty steep. So I didn't realize that 3,000 feet of climbing would be in a half mile. So we're gonna keep heading up this trail here and hopefully reach Old Coast Road. Nice to get some of the elevation out of the way. We're not even halfway up in elevation yet, and we're almost at 6 miles right now. So the next 4 miles are going to be pretty brutal. So might as well get it over with. So we have finally reached the Coast Highway Road, Old Coast Highway Road, I believe. And it's always a little bit disappointing when you realize that you could have just driven up here instead of running for about 7.5 miles to get here. But that wouldn't be nearly as rewarding, would it? So we made it up the fire road to the trail, Cone Peak Trail here. And you know, I joked earlier about being kind of disappointed you could just drive up here, and sure enough, you know, that's what somebody did. So I have this sense of entitlement that I should get this peak to myself. But I'll be civil and say hello if I see anybody. But, hopefully we'll get the peak to ourselves. Only about maybe 2 more miles from here, and another 1,500 feet climbing at least. So okay, about 10 miles in and we ran into a major problem here on the trail. As you can see, there's a tree falling over the trail, and I don't see any way around this. I don't see, you can see for yourself, there's no way around the tree at all. So I think I'm gonna have to turn around at this point. I don't want to do it, but I think I have to, you know. Well, wait a minute, maybe I could just climb over it. Huh, yeah, okay, we're good. Let's go. Finally made it. I've been trying to make it to the top of this peak for a long time, so I'm pretty happy to make it here. Here's the marker, and we came from way down there. Okay, so we made it to the top, but it is time to start heading down. It took almost 5 hours to get up here. That's about an hour per 1,000 feet. So I'm hoping to make it down in 2 hours, but I don't know if I can do it that fast. I think I could do it in 2.5. So we're going to be running on the downhill, and there's a lot of downhill. So I just got some food. I had a banana and a nut bar and some liquid, but pretty sure I'm going to run out of liquid today. So the faster we can get down, the better. So. This area right here is pretty awesome. Really peaceful, no wind. Seems like a great place to take a nap. So if you came here to see suffering, if you're watching this video because you want to see some suffering, well, we're starting to get into that area right now. So mild suffering. there's still a chance too that you'll be able to see some epic suffering today. I could still fall off a cliff and break my leg, or get attacked by a mountain lion, or get bit by a rattlesnake. I've got extra batteries for this thing, so I'll capture that for you. But right now, we're at mild suffering. My goal is to keep it at, mild to moderate. For my own personal reasons, I'd like to keep it mild to moderate suffering. Just thought I'd share that with you. We've got 5 more miles. Less than 5 miles, technically. And I'll grasp onto any straws I can find right now. It's less than 5 miles. So I just ran out of liquid. That's the bad news. The good news is I have about a half a mile to go before I'm to the car. The bad news is I'm pretty deep in the bite me zone. If you've never heard of the bite me zone, it's oh, there are whales out there. Can you see the whales? They're breaching. That was a real good reminder. I was gonna say, I'm in the bite me zone right now, which is where you just want to be done. I'm to that point where I'm very, very tired, and this trail seems to go on forever and it never ends. It might not end in a half a mile. And I start tripping over rocks, which wastes a ton of energy. But there, we just saw some whales. That's pretty amazing. Kind of puts things into perspective. So, we're almost done. Let's finish this thing. Okay, so we're done with this run. It ended up being pretty brutal. 22 miles over 6,000 feet of climbing. And it got pretty warm near the end. So, but this is a peak I've been wanting to do for a long time. It's been kind of elusive, and super happy to have done it. It's definitely worth it. If things were easy, it would not be as rewarding. My goal right now is to go get some cold liquid, hopefully down the road at Ragged Point, and some food. So I feel like total privilege to be able to do things like this. A lot of people can't do these things, go 22 miles and stand on top of an amazing peak. So that's why I love to share these things with you. I feel very lucky to be able to do these things. So thanks a lot for watching.